Hi, I'm Mindy. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a tag. This is the Cozy Christmas book tag, and it is the movie edition, which was created by Art Bookshelf Odyssey. And I was tagged by Kelly from Books I'm Not Reading, my fellow Wyoming book tour. And thank you, Kelly, for tagging me. It's a perfect tag to do right around Christmas time. And I recently got a new phone. My old phone stopped working. And so this is kind of a test run to see how the sound is and the video is. So let me know. If it's too quiet, I can adjust the volume in editing, but I can't use my mic with this phone because there's no headphone jack. So we're getting used to things. I might have to find a Bluetooth mic or get an actual camera, perhaps. Now, on with the tag. Cozy Christmas book tag. I have the questions here. And like Kelly, I'm going to be trying to not use A Christmas Carol for every question because it fits so many of them, but I am going to use it for one. Okay, so one is the Santa Claus. All the prompts are Christmas movies. So the first one is the Santa Claus. Recommend a book about family. And I am reading a book right now, about to finish it, about family, a family, and that is The Poisonwood Bible by Barbara Kingsolver. This is a really fantastic book. It is historical fiction about a family that moves from Georgia to the Congo in Africa while they are being colonized by Belgium. And the father of the family is a pastor, and he is going to spread Christianity. It's all about this family moving to this brand new place and how they deal with it and all of the trials they go through. It's quite an adventure. And yeah, it's so sad, and the whole situation, the colonization, is just kind of sad. Prompt 2 is The Grinch. Recommend a book about the redemption of an unlikable character. For this I chose Touching Spirit Bear by Ben Mickelson, and this is a book that I read every year with 6th graders, and it is all about the redemption of an unlikable character. It's the perfect choice. It's about this kid, Cole, who is on a really bad path and making bad decisions and then blaming everything on other people. And he almost beats someone to death. And then instead of getting jail time, he gets sent to this island to have to live on his own for a certain amount of time. And it's about him learning to survive on his own on this desolate island and the lessons he learns. And he learns to take responsibility for the things that he does, and that his problems are not so big in the big picture. Put things into perspective. Yeah, it's a great book. It's very, very entertaining, adventurous, with a great moral. Okay, prompt 3 is Polar Express. Recommend a book about travel. This is another one that I'm reading right now. The Terror by Dan Simmons. And this is another historical horror novel about two ships that get stuck in the ice in the Arctic for over a year, like going on 2 years, and their struggle for survival because of running out of resources like coal and food. And also there is a snow monster type thing that is taking out the crew one by one. So that's the added horror part. And this is a big and epic novel. It is so, so good. You can feel the cold and the fear and the hopelessness at times. Like, this is a great book that sets the place and time really well. 1845. Prompt 4, Home Alone. Recommend a book about a character who faces challenges alone. And I chose Remains by Andrew Cole. This was my favorite book last year in 2021. Yeah. And it is about a mother whose son is murdered. And after the murderer goes to jail, she buys the house where her son was murdered and moves in and just engulfs herself in her grief, her loss, and becomes obsessed with contacting her dead son. All by herself. This is one where she really shouldn't have been by herself because she was not doing well. But this is an amazingly haunting and creepy story. It's also very, very creepy. Number 5, the Hallmark Christmas Movie. Recommend a book you find cozy. Well, for me, the ultimate cozy read is Harry Potter, Sorcerer's Stone. I especially like these illustrated editions. They're beautiful. And it is just a really nice, cozy story, in my opinion. Number 6, A Christmas Story. Even though I've given this, so the maker of the tag, even though they've given the movie a couple chances, they can't like it. Recommend a book you didn't like the first time and tried to reread. For me, I did this recently with Insomnia by Stephen King. I read part of it. I wasn't really enjoying it. I liked parts, but I really didn't like other parts of the story. And I put it down for a few weeks. Then I tried to pick it up and start, try to read some more of it, and still could not do it. Insomnia, I like the main storyline with this older gentleman who loses his wife and then starts to sleep a little less and a little less every single day until, there's not very much sleep at all. And that part was really good, but it has all of these added storylines that I did not like. One about an abortion clinic, and a lot of just added characters and things going on that I just did not enjoy. So yeah, that book was way too long and not focused at all. Prompt 7, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Recommend a book that always makes you laugh. Okay, so I don't read a whole lot of comedic stories, but one that I love, a story that I find really humorous, is the Rat Queen's comic series. Hilarious, cheeky women, and it's hysterical to me. Number 8, Miracle on 34th Street. Since I like the remake better, recommend a book that is a retelling of a classic. So one that I recently read is my favorite retelling I've read so far, and that is What Moves the Dead by T. Kingfisher. And that is a retelling of the story Fall of the House of Usher by Edgar Allan Poe. And I thought that it stayed with the main storyline, the mood and gothic feeling of the original story, and then it just added more. It added more details, and it answered questions, and it kind of explored the possibilities of making it a tiny bit more fantastical. Number 9, It's a Wonderful Life. Recommend a book that you have reread more than twice. I think there's only these 2 series by Rochelle Mead that I've reread more than twice. This is the second series, Bloodline series. This is the first book, and I've reread the Vampire Academy and Bloodline series a few times, and I'm thinking this is the next one I'm gonna reread soon, because I just finished the Vampire Academy series this year, and this is a continuation. Basically, is a spin-off, what happens after, with certain characters. Let's see. And I do like rereading my favorites. I reread my favorites. I used to reread all the time. Now it's not as often, but I still do some. Number 10, The Nightmare Before Christmas. Great movie. Recommend a scary book. This book scares me to death. This is my beautiful Suntop edition of The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. This dystopian novel is something that really scares me. It doesn't seem that far out of the realm of possibility, and what Wilfred in this book went through. It just chills me to the bone. Number 11, Elf. Recommend a holiday book. This is the one that I am picking, A Christmas Carol for by Charles Dickens, because it is just the ultimate Christmas classic. Gotta read this one if you're gonna read a holiday book, right? And everybody knows the story, and it's a good one. I really like that book. And then number 12, A Christmas Carol. Recommend your favorite classic book. And I couldn't choose just one. I grabbed all of my favorites. Well, not all of them, but my top 4. I got my top 4 here. And then I couldn't go down from there. My favorite classics are Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. This was my first original favorite classic, and it still holds a very special place in my heart, and it's the book that made me realize that I do like classics. Then came The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. It's another great one. Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. Love this book so much. And last but not least, got The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexandre Dumas. So these are all my favorites. They're ones that I wanted to make sure I had very beautiful special editions for. And very happy to have those beautiful books. And that was the Cozy Christmas Book Tag Movie Edition. I'm not going to tag anyone because it is already very close to Christmas. I would love to know, what was your favorite movie mentioned in this video? And if I mentioned any of your favorite books in this video, let me know down in the comments, and I will be back very soon with another book-related video. Thanks. Bye.